Morris.
Thank you. Any declarations of interest? No. Item 3, to confirm as a correct record the minutes of the meeting of the committee held on the 21st of October.
I'll move that.
Happy to second.
Second, all in favour? Okay. If we go on to the schedule of plan applications for this month. The first one is 10 Swan Drive, Droitwich Spa, for a front single story and full extension with open porch and single story rear extension. Mark?
Yes, Chairman, no neighbours' responses on this one. 4 statutories, WRS on landfill, that's standard. The drainage is standard. That was just that policy 29 SWDP on waste management. That seems to be the current one, which is, as I say, a standard thing. Local flood assessment for flood risk, there's no concerns with that. That's Woodhaven again. Canals and Rivers Trust, no comment made, although there was a response. And highways, no reply. For the reason I don't think it affects the highway.
No.
From the description.
Yeah.
So no concerns.
Any comments from anyone on that one?
No. See no reason why we should just move approval.
Okay.
Seems quite straightforward.
Yeah, and again, it all looks in character, so I'm happy to second it.
Okay, all in favour? Okay. Second on the list is a new fascia sign for 13 Queen Street, Droitwich.
No responses whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it looks better than the one that's there now.
Chair, I would agree that.
Okay, so have we a proposer for that one then?
Second.
Second, all in favour?
Thank you.
Okay. Third one is Waitrose, car park signage. Now they're taking over the car park. I suppose they want to change the signage to suit.
No neighbours' replies whatsoever on 1 statutory, which is WRS, and that was no concerns, and that was to do with potential land contamination. So again, no worries on that one.
Any further comments regarding the signage?
Move we approve.
Second.
All in favour? And the next 2, Westco Newland Lane, are both variation of conditions.
As you say, Chairman, it's plots 2 and 3, Newland Lane for Westco. It's a relaxation of one of the highways conditions of variation, so that's all it is. So
Okay.
it's a technical matter, really.
Any further comments on that one? No?
No responses.
Okay.
Move we accept that one.
Yep. Seconder? Thank you, Councillor Davidson. And all in favour?
So that's on both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if we go on to Part B, amending planning applications, none received. Part 5, approval notices from Woodhaven District Council. The local planning authority has issued 1 approval notice since the last town council meeting.
That one, Chairman, was the conversion of change of use for the garage to a tattoo studio, Nightingale Place. So we supported that and it was approved last week.
Okay, and we have a refusal notice, is issued no refusal notices since the last town council planning committee. Do you want to mention about the one at the back of Lime's Butchers, just to tell everybody?
Yeah. Thank you, Chairman. So there was a refusal notice for the car wash area at the back of Waitrose and the High Street. So finally that was refused by Woodhaven. I think it was on Friday.
Yeah.
So I now notify Chairman, Vice Chairman, Councillor Davidson, you have that as well because you've responded on it. And that accorded with the Town Council's recommendation, which I think was August.
That's right, yeah.
Well, that will be on the December summaries.
Okay.
Very pleased about that, Madam Chairman. It means I can now go to my chiropodist without feeling guilty. I've had my ear bent about that one for 12 months, so very pleased.
Not on toes.
And Thompson. Good point, good point.
Okay, item 6 is, for information, road traffic regulation. Item 7, another temporary closure, same as item 8, item 9 and item 10. Are there any comments for those? No?
Just to add, Chairman, the footpath ones we carried out last week, half term, so I think there's 2 for
Yeah.
footpaths around Ledwich and West Acre Middle School.
No further information? At that point, I'll close the meeting.
4 minutes. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here at the CNA meeting. Unfortunately, Councillor Spoden is not very well. Councillor Richard Morris is busy doing something for the county council. So I'm third choice. So you've got the third choice chairman. So I do apologise for that. But as I was chairman of CNA for about 4 years, I think I can go just about. Thank you. So welcome to the meeting. Any apologies for absence?
Yes, Chairman, Councillors Mrs. Belden, Della and Morris.
Any declarations of interest? Nope. Confirm as a correct record the minutes of the meeting of the committee held on the 9th of September 2024. Can we have a mover for that? Councillor Brazier, Councillor Bowden. Yeah. Right. All in favour? Any against? Item 4, Community Amenities Grant Scheme to consider the recommendations arising from the Grants Appraisal Panel meeting of 23rd of October 2024. Schedule of recommendations attached. There's only one, isn't there? So if you go through that, yeah.
Yeah, there was only the one for Rick Mail Comedy Festival next year, Chairman. I think Katie actually facilitated the meeting, but
Yeah.
I think the recommendation was to expend the full balance that's remaining. There were no other applications received, so that'll be it until the 1st of April.
Well, we'll let Councillor book in. So that means we spent giving all the money away this time. I'm sure. So is anybody please have a supporter or a proposer to put that motion forward that we give the money to the Councillor Duffy, to the thank you, Councillor Bowden second. So the comedy festival should go ahead. I shall look forward to it with bated breath. Apparently they're using this room for one of them. Aren't they using here? It's actually quite an entertaining week, I think. Beginning of June next year. Okay. Moving on to item 5, Worcestershire Wildlife Trust National Network for information. We have a few for information here. I'm sure you've all read them. I'll be doing a test later. Right. The Spring Meadow. Any comments on that one? Sweet roses were on some planting.
Just I think,
Councillor Davies.
I think that probably best not to publicise the new trees too much because of possible vandals. So therefore, like maybe a press announcement in the future once they're established.
Yeah, yes. Good point, that's actually, isn't it? Yes. Cup Park, I'm always bad at saying that. Cup Park, bat boxes, bird boxes, and a bug hotel, all installed. Any comments on that?
Just to write that one, the footpath work should be finished any time this week, I think. They've been working on that for about 3 weeks, but it's nearing completion.
Right.
Could we have some photographs of those at any point so we could put them on social media?
Yeah. We'll have to do photos anyway to release the funding.
Yeah.
So we'll arrange for that.
Okay, brilliant.
Right. And the last one of these, oh, sorry, Councillor. Sorry.
Thank you, Chairman. No, I just wanted to acknowledge the good work of our officers in making all these things happen. That's
Yeah.
all. Thank you.
And I think something we're really keen on, isn't it? Then make the place look good. It actually, yes. And the last one, grant drawdown and project completion. It remains on track for sign off by the calendar year, which is good news, isn't it? Yeah. So
The deadline's New Year's Eve, so
Yes.
we should easily do that.
right, deadline's New Year's Eve. I don't think we'll be doing it on New Year's Eve, will we? So, item 6, Whichever District Council Community Legacy Grant Opportunities 2024. This is really an exciting project. Do you want to say anything about this? Go through this a bit.
Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
quite a bit on there as outlined on the agenda for the reason that a lot's happened since the last update,
Yes.
which was really July's CNA. The main one is A, which was the planning permission that was granted on the 9th of October. As I've said at planning last month, that there's 2 material conditions, but they are very minor. So the architect's guidance was to take permission now and accord with the conditional aspects in time for the building work starting, which will probably be during Q1 of 2025, but we're well on track with that. Building work and costings, that's the stage we're at with that at the moment. We need to do a 6-week procurement, which will run into December, possibly early January. C, which is the design aspect, the key thing there is we've got a meeting with the design team that we did procurement for, the successful ones, the architect and the lead officer from Wychavon, which is Patrick Connolly, and that's on the 13th, the week on Wednesday. So that side of it is really sorted now. And just to remind members that the bid that we got from Wychavon for 130,000 is to pay for the full design. The capital spend will be the building works, which is part B. And then the bit that's slightly unknown at the moment, because it's dependent on the building scheduling, is D, which is the operational contingency, possibly using the community hall for meetings. Half closure of the TIC in what I would say is the closed period in January to April, perhaps a bit longer.
Yes, I'm pleased to say I was at the Wychavon Community and Legacy Fund meeting panel this afternoon online on the Teams, and I was able to report on this to them. They're very pleased that we're moving forward. It's great to be able to report something really good there for Droitwich. So, really exciting project, which we'll look forward to seeing next year. Any comments on it before we move on?
At the risk of repeating myself again, thanks to our officers for all the work. And there's obviously an awful lot of work going on in the background to make this happen.
And of course the heritage people as well,
Yes,
I think.
yes.
To add that to that, yes, very much so. Is that the last item? No, it's
No.
not. I know I've done. Sorry, apologies. Number 7, item 7, arboreal inspection and survey. Right, got details about these trees.
Yeah, this one was commissioned at the end of August. I think they actually did the survey last week. Again, it's Cockwood Park. We've got some massive poplar trees outside the background habitat, so they need to be reduced. We have got money set aside for that, so I should get the report, and I've asked for an estimate of the urgent, what we call category 1 work, as part of that, because we'll get this contractor to do it most likely. We'd like to do that sooner rather than later, using that money because of the onset of winter storms. If one of those big trees did come down, it's got the potential of causing a lot of damage. It would reach feasibly Woodside, Colford Walk, Helen, those sort of areas. We don't want that.
So you will pass on this report when it comes to our councillor.
That was going to be my exact
Oh,
question,
sorry,
to be honest.
Yes.
And also, if trees have to be felled for any reason, if it was possible that we could discuss replacement, etc.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think what the proposal is, if they're healthy trees, they're not dead, diseased or dangerous to the large extent, they will be reduced rather than taken out completely. So what they recommended was reduction of, say, 2/3 in canopy size, things like that, from the top down. Ethically, that's better than taking out healthy trees. But yeah, of course, as soon as we get it, we'll circulate it.
Yeah, thanks. Councillor Duffy.
Building on that, I think it would also be worthwhile exploring what to do with removed trees. I should imagine reducing of trees just ends in wood chippings and bits, but removal of larger trees. Witch Haven has done some great work in the past on natural play equipment using sort of large cuttings of large logs that have had to be from trees that have had to be removed. So potentially a good way to add some environmentally friendly play equipment to some of our parks.
Also, sorry.
Sorry, Councillor Franks.
I think it's really good. That's a really good idea. And also, if Wildlife Trust do felling as part of management, and then they sell the firewood. So maybe is the possibility of getting them involved and for them to take it away for burning.
Good ideas there.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you for those. Anybody else? Oh, Councillor Hopkins.
Yes, well, a few years ago, there was a tree came down in Westwood Way from a private property, admittedly, and it landed on a taxi. Now, there are a lot of high trees along there, along that side, and I don't know whether the council has any right to at least have a look at them to make sure that there aren't any planning to fall down shortly. They're in the back gardens of houses, but they stay on the side of the road.
Yes, okay, so you.
Are they within the curtilage of the properties?
They're in the grounds of the properties, but the problem is, if they come down, they will fall down, and in the last incident, they fell on the car.
Yeah.
And the poor taxi man, I think, just about got out of it all right, but the car was a write-off.
The liability is property owner if it's within the curtilage. So
That's true,
they
but
would have
we
to-
surely have a right,
No.
the public should have at least some confidence that the trees are not going to fall on them.
We have this one out here, didn't we? Yes, Councillor Duffy, then Councillor Davison.
I think building on that, although I don't believe we have any rights to enforce, I think it'd be good if we could try and offer some reassurance to members of the public. But I think Witch Haven may be better placed through their parks department to be able to help look at trees. Could we write to them as a council asking for their opinions and support on, or their engagement in a meeting to look at surveying trees off of public property?
Thank you, Councillor Davison.
Yeah, regarding Councillor Francis' useful suggestion, there is another thing you can do as well. You can chip wood and use it to put on muddy areas in certain public places to help people to walk across.
Another point to make, yes. Good. Any more points on that? It's an interesting, short discussion, but useful, very positive. Thank you for that. Number 8 on the agenda. Next time, that pleased me when I read this. So, about the Charter Market Review. So, something we tend to take for granted a bit. I suddenly find, oh yes, it's Friday, the market's there, and it's nice to see it's thriving. So, do you want to make comments on this,
Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah, just two quick things. We had a delegation meeting with the operator on board. Just thanks to Councillor Brazier and Davidson for their help with Katie taking forward the arrangements for the Christmas lights. So I think we're up to about a dozen stalls, seasonal stalls for that, particularly crafters and things. We would normally have a farmers market, but with them finishing, it's left a void.
Yeah.
The operator couldn't do that day because of other commitments, but they have agreed to do 2 Fridays and Saturdays, which is the 6th and 7th and 13th and 14th of December, on a wider festive theme market in Victoria Square. So we can start to advertise that as we get around Christmas.
Are the band going to be there? Or?
They are, yeah.
Good. And Father Christmas? Could I suggest that?
Well volunteered, Alex.
Pardon?
Well volunteered.
No, I'm not going to be here. Any comments on that? So I think it's rather nice that that's happening.
I'd like to say
Yeah,
there's been a lot of hard work by Katie as well.
yeah, Donald Katie, thanks for that. Yeah.
Phoning people to come.
Actually, some years ago, we did have a German market. No, if you remember, Bob, a few years ago, probably. This sounds a nice idea.
Yeah.
So make sure we all get to it. That'll be good. Thank you for that. Item 9, very important, going on this weekend, of course, the Remembrance and Armistice. We just go through this as well.
Yes, Chairman. So it's as laid out on the agenda really. Key thing being there's no church service. I did send out the order of service already, so these will be given to people on the day, printed by the Lions Club. But right at the end of the order of service, it does say that the Victoria Square service will naturally disperse, so there'll be no procession out. That's the main difference this year. That was at the request of the church. Just to stress, the church is open, so it's a place of solace for people affected by bereavement from all parts of the community, and it will be decorated by the church with poppies throughout. So it's to emphasise it is open for people to visit. The service on Victoria Square will be slightly longer. It's not particularly long. It's about an extra 5 minutes because it covers a couple of the points that would be, I'm not saying repeated, but covered in the previous church service. And the idea is it's just one centric service for the town.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what the reception for that is.
Yeah.
The RBL refreshments is still at the Working Men's Club as normal. The town council's paid the donation, which we do for that. As it says on the agenda, we've got one of the deputy Lord Lieutenants, which is Charles Morgan, coming. He's been to the last 2 or 3. And just a reminder to councillors to assemble here for around 10:20 at the latest on Sunday if you are part of the parade and then the service on the square.
Right, okay. Any questions or comments on that? Okay. I know that, yes, Councillor Frank.
So it was just to confirm, because obviously we discussed this last time about the parade is still definitely being dismissed
On the square.
on the square, they're not going to march off at all.
No, the march in, that's all the same. It's literally just a bit from that used to go from the square to the church.
That's fine, I just think that's going to confuse people, but it's okay.
There's a press release and it's all on the website. It's been on the website since September.
It's not going to confuse people, but
Yeah.
Right. Any other points like that?
You know,
And I know that Reverend Laura has been very keen to change those arrangements for quite a while, so we'll see how well it works. Item 10, Christmas lights switch on event. This giant festival bauble photo opportunity fixture sounds quite interesting. That's what to say us a bit about this.
That's an added feature from the festive lighting company,
Yeah.
the balance of contract, so we've asked for that to be outside. Another thing, I think Councillor Brazier and Clements, you've been involved with the Lions for the Lantern Parade. So it's a pilot arrangement this year again through the Lions, but that should be a nice addition. Katie's done a lot for the entertainment on the square. Generally, most of the arrangements are as before.
Right, good. Should be fun as always. Right, item 11. If I don't sound this out very loudly, Richard Morris will never talk to me again. Because he has asked me particularly to mention this. I think this is an innovation for this year. So we just talk about this for a minute. Inaugural Edward Winslow Day. It's going to be quite a busy day that, because we've also got Charles Morris, Charles Moyle, our sheriff coming as well. So it's a busy day, and we're not talking about this for a minute.
So I think there's 3 lots of posters gone out that
Yeah.
Katie's done on the website, they're widely on display. It's also gone to the press.
Yeah.
But the theme is giving in the community. Lions Club did a book sale on Saturday and they generated £550, I think.
Yeah.
Katie updated this morning. So that's a good start. The programme of events or features for the day is really 11 o'clock outside here. That's a formal civic bit with a flag raising. The entertainment in the shopping centre at the Hub in the early afternoon until about 3 o'clock. That's all listed on the posters that have gone out. And then there will be a Thanksgiving or almost like a harvest festival service, which is at St Peter's, and I believe that's 6, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they've got Westland School Choir. West Acre School Choir. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I know I can't go to that, so my wife is, and Chris is, the deputy mayor's going to that, so we'll be well represented. Yes. So, yes, we're at the football club at that point, aren't we? So, right. Any points on that one? On the fact we're doing this Thanksgiving? Are we going to have a turkey dinner at the end of it, like we do in America? I wonder who'll be president of America at that point. We'll know tomorrow on the day, don't we? So, Is that the final item? Wrong council.
No.
I don't know, nothing, that's the wrong council. Right, many thanks, that's the end of that meeting. That means that all evening. Right, pick up the.
No.
Oh, actually, do that. Do that at one point. No, do we yet, do we? Oh, yeah. Yes, we do, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Right, we now move on to the extraordinary meeting of the council, which I do request that this is done very respectfully, that people don't talk over one another, that we listen to the various contributions, and it's all done through the chair. Please do that. It's a difficult situation, this, and we do want to get some sort of decision by the end of the evening, the end of the whole evening, I hope, but from it. So, first of all, do we have any apologies?
Yes, Chairman, councillor Chris Bowden, Morris and Dell.
Good. Any declarations of interest apart from the obvious one? Yeah, of course not. Right, next item is to consider the exclusion of the public and the press. We still have to do this by passing the following motion, that the press and public be now excluded from the meeting under the provision of the Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act 1960 by virtue of the confidential nature of the business about to be transacted, which involves financial and legal matters. Can I have a proposal for that, please? Councillor Davison, seconder, Councillor Duffy. All those in favour? Anybody against? Thank you.